Today on the channel, we're unboxing the Chase version of Rosey from WWE Mattel Legends Series 22. And in the back half, we're going to rank the entire wave from my least favorite to my favorite.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, back again with another Legends Series 26, this time with the Target exclusive Rosey Chase Edition. Of course, in the back half, we're going to rank the entire wave from my least favorite to my favorite, including this Rosey, so stay tuned for that. But of course, for all your Rosey needs, hit up Target. But for everything else wrestling related, hit up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. Got to get a deal out there. And of course, going to do this review like we do all the other ones on the channel. Yes, Todd, we are. We're going to do this. Yes, I always say this. We're going to do it like we do all the other ones we do on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And Todd, the reason I do that, and some people say, Kyle, why do you say that same thing all the time? Because, Todd, there's new people that check out the channel every single day. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to the old people and everybody in between. But Todd, every single day there's somebody new watching. They want to know how these videos go. They don't want any surprises, that's for sure. But you're gonna have some surprises with the Chase version of Rosey, superhero in training, as he's known in some circles. An interesting figure. We're gonna do some comparisons. We're gonna talk about it, of course, as you guys do know. But let's dive in to old Rosey, superhero in training. This is the Chase Edition. I think this makes sense for the Chase Edition. This is probably the least desirable one of the two versions of Rosey. And like I said, we'll compare it to that one a little later. Legends Series 26, Elite, WWE, Rosey, Mattel, Series 26. Rosey looking good. Got that bandit mask on. Todd, you got your bandit mask on too today. It's a little interesting, but in brother unison, I guess. But looking good on the side, same thing. On the back, got the, of course, cross-sell down here. We're going to rank the entire series in this very video, so stay tuned, of course. You can always tell which one's the Chase and not because that's the regular version shown in the back of the package. Got a little bit of the tail of the tape. Let's read that again. Titles, World Tag Team Champion. Unfortunately, no tag team title with this one. The Hurricane saw something special in Rosey. Kind of like I saw something special in you, Todd, back in the 90s when I was just a little kid. You were much older than me, but I said, there's something about this McFarlane guy. And here we are, all these years later. Never want anybody else by my side or on my couch. Other than Todd McFarlane. He had the potential to become not just a hero, but a superhero. It wouldn't happen overnight, however. The Hurricane took Rosey under his wing and transformed him into a superhero in training. And that's kind of the way it goes. Remember Spider-Man when he started off? He wasn't just Spider-Man immediately. He just wasn't. It took some time to get where he needed to be. Same thing happened with Rosey once upon a time. And of course, once again, as my old friend Brian Johnson from ACDC said, Kyle, it's just a whole lot of Rosey. And he wasn't kidding. He wasn't kidding. See you later. Goodbye. Plastic Rosey prison right there. Two heads are better than one once again. Well, let's cut him free. Let's get all these twist ties out. Todd, you're salivating at these twist ties. And you shouldn't be eating them. And I know you told me one time, you put them in a big bowl and you eat them like cereal. Is that true? I don't believe it. I've never seen you do it, but I'd love to see it. If you want to do it, it'd be great content for the channel, seeing Todd McFarlane eat a bowl of twist ties. I'd be here for it. I think people would tune in by the droves. I think we'd live stream it. I think that'd be the way to go. I don't know, we'll add that to the future. Maybe 100,000 subscribers special. We'll see. See if we can get that done. See you later. Goodbye. All right, let's start with the accessories first. Got some purple taped up hands over here, two gripping hands ready to go. And that's it for accessories, but now we're diving in over here. We got old Rosey looking only like a superhero in training could look, of course. Now he does got his bandit mask here on purple, looking very good there, like a young Robin, of course, to Hurricane's Batman. Got the long hair in the back and the ponytail shaved up on the sides, two eyes, two ears, a nose, and a mouth, playing all those hits, but we do get the second head here. And that head belongs to the regular version of Rosey. Now, you could switch them if you wanted to. Really no need to, if you ask me. I think you got to keep this head on here, this one with the other one, but that's just me. Both good heads here. Got a big smile on this one as well. Got a better mask on here. We talked about it in the original release that we did the review of course. Now, we do get the big soft goods shirt on this one. It is a Velcro shirt. Once again, big baggy shirt on him here, but very, very plain. Just a plain gray shirt. Of course, we remember the original one on TV had like with marker drawn on there. I think it had S-H-I-T, if I'm not mistaken. And it said superhero in training, as we do know. Obviously, I guess they didn't want to go down that road. Makes sense. I understand it, of course. But it would have been cool to be on there. And let's see the threadheads of the world. Let's see some customizers get that one done. We'll see if it happens, of course. Now, he does got, instead of the bare torso we got the last one, he's got the painted on orange. So he's got like the compression shirt over there, all in orange, looking very good here. You got the purple tape and, of course, the purple wrist tape over here. I should mention my wife found this for me. So I was over at the Kane County Toy Show on Sunday when this dropped. My wife happened to go into Target, and what did she find? One of each Rosey's for me. And then in a nice hint of luck, maybe, I don't know, Monday morning, all my Target ones delivered via Target online. Rosey, for whatever reason, was supposed to come a week later, so she canceled the Rosey's. We got the other ones, and here we are. Here we are unboxing the whole series. So shout out to my wife, shout out to Target as well. You got the purple and green pants, very Joker color-like down here. Big baggy pants, of course. And then you got the orange full bodysuit, I guess he's wearing, down into the black shoes as well. Now, articulation, arms go all the way around, of course. Bicep cut, double jointed, pinless elbows, hands back forth side to side, head back forth side to side, head removable, of course, shirt removable as well. Big old ab crunch there, a little loose in the ab crunch, and that's kind of been a theme of Legends 26. Waist articulation, a little bit loose. Now we're getting really down to the brass tacks here. Of course, the regular Rosey, the legs, I really struggled to move. There was basically no articulation. Yeah, you're right, Todd. Thanks, Vietnam. Will we have that here? Is the curse going to continue? It's not as bad, actually. It isn't as bad. It doesn't give you a ton of movement, but I couldn't even get that far on the last one. So I get a little bit of movement there, which leads me to believe maybe I got a cursed version of Rosey. Once again, you tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. Got the big old splits going on right here. Leg goes up, decent, thigh cut, double jointed, pinless knees, very, very tight, of course, as we're used to with this kind of leg mold. You do get the ankle cut here, back forth side to side, up and down. And then we got the ultimate toe articulation for Rosey. Looking pretty good for a superhero in training. Really wish he came with a tag team title belt, but I guess beggars can't be choosers or something like that. He does fit on a Mattel ringside collectible stand, does one Rosey. Looking pretty good, but of course, got his tag team partner, the Hurricane. Pretty cool. Always love a tag team where you got a big bruiser guy like Rosey. You got a little cruiserweight in the Hurricane running around, dancing all over the place. Just a lot of fun to be had. But boy, these ankle articulation, he will lean over back or forth. It's like young John Cena. I don't know how many John Cena's back to the Jakks days and Mattel days. Always want to do that death lean for you. Rosey's got a little bit of that along the way. We also got Rosey, of course, the regular version. Definitely do prefer this version, but this one is fun to have. And as I said in this one, I don't know if there's any more meat on the Rosey bone in the future. I guess you guys tell me if you think there is, but it is cool to get him as the chase in this version, of course. And then, of course, we got different versions of Rosey's going back to the Jakks days once again. We got the full-on superhero gear, and we got the superhero in training edition. I kind of do wish Mattel would have done the Jakks way and just wrote it out on the shirt. At least that would have been something. Is what it is. It's not the end of the world, of course, but very, very fun Rosey figure, no doubt. Happy to have both versions of my collection. It's going to be interesting if we ever see another Rosey figure again in the Mattel Elite line, but maybe we'll get an Ultimate. Probably not, but maybe a Showdown 2-pack would be pretty cool with Rosey and the Hurricane. Maybe that'll be a possibility in the future. But there it is, the Chase edition of Rosey. But now we got to turn the page. We got to get everybody from Legends 26 together, and we got to rank the entire wave from my least favorite to my favorite. All right, time to rank Legends 26 from my least favorite to my favorite. We got 5 figures here, including the Rosey Chase. Gonna start at number 5, work our way to number 1. Number 1 being my absolute favorite. Of course, as usual, this is my list. Put your list in the comments down below. And let's get started with Legends 26. Got to say, a very easy set to find. A lot of local Targets around me still have these on the pegs. Have to wonder, put my business hat on, if this is going to be a very good set for Target and Mattel. I really appreciate the characters here. I want to say deep cuts, but not all deep cuts, obviously. But, you know, it's not Hulk Hogan, it's not Ultimate Warrior, it's not Macho Man, it's not the Legion of Doom, it's not some of the heavy hitters, John Cena, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins. You get the point. It's the Godfather, you know, a mid-Carter. How about that? One that's very well remembered. Kurt Angle, a top performer, but I don't know if this is his top look that people are looking for. Rosey, obviously a key one that we need, part of our hardcore collectors, but an easy pass for a lot of people. Same thing with Carlito. Is he resonating with a lot of collectors? I'm not exactly sure. So a mixed bag of the set with no over-the-top superstar. I mean, you could say Kurt Angle, but at the same time, we could say, well, I need a Godfather in my collection. I already have Kurt Angle. So depending which way you slice it, which way you move it around, I just have a feeling that these will not be flying off the shelf, and I've witnessed that already with my eyes, especially the first couple of days. Everybody grabs theirs. It's usually the restocks that kind of sit. If things are sitting already, it just makes you wonder. So I can understand somebody in the comments probably saying, I'm going to wait till they're on clearance. I'm going to play that long game. I get it. I think it might be a possibility here. However, putting that business hat on, did they dial back the amounts on these ones knowing they wouldn't sell as hot and heavy? I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening there. Something to pay attention to as we hit the stores, of course. But a mixed bag of a set for me. But I do appreciate sets like this, as I'm deep into the collecting of the elites. I'm deep into collecting wrestling figures. So this is a great set for me, giving us new characters, new things like that. So I really do enjoy that aspect, where some more ancillary fans might just say, I can skip this whole wave. There's nobody I need in this one. So a little of this, a little of that, a dash of the other. That's usually the way it goes. But it also goes that we're going to start at number 5. And number 5 was an easy selection for me. I appreciate we got it. It just doesn't resonate with me, I guess, as much as the other ones. So I'm going at number 5. I'm going to old Carlito Caribbean Cool. Yes, Carlito. I'm going to give a special shout to Matt Morgan, the Blueprint himself, apparently watching the channel. Shout out to big Matt Morgan. I did a Matt Morgan Jakks unboxing maybe a year ago or so, and I said he was one of the most misused talents, just because he's a giant. We all love giants, of course. But why is Kyle talking about Matt Morgan? Well, he put a thing in the comments there where I talked about the 3 moons on the side of Carlito. Obviously, Carlito Caribbean Cool, CCC, makes sense. So shout out to Matt Morgan for pointing that out in the comments there. I guess you get wrapped up in these things. You don't see the obvious. You look at it and you're like, that reminds me of a moon, like Kamala's belly back in the day. Maybe, who knows? But shout out to Matt Morgan, good action figure brother. Who knew? So shout out to Matt Morgan once again. But unfortunately, Carlito coming in at number 5 for me. Is it weird that I like older Carlito better than younger Carlito? I don't know. That's a weird thing, but it is cool. It does represent this one. I personally, and this is me personally, I know most people aren't going to believe this, but I prefer the Jakks one I showed in the video there. I know some people are like, oh, Jakks. Well, 20 years ago, that's what you had. 20 years from now, people are going to look at these and be like, oh, look at these. So you got to kind of remember that kind of stuff, but I do think that was a better Carlito. I love the spitting of the apple kind of face. It also came with an apple. And then on top of that, you got the real hair. You got the real fur hair on that one. So that one comes in a little bit farther ahead than this one for me. But cool for what it is. Happy we got this. We needed this in our collections. Be interested to see what other Carlitos we get in the future, if we get more Carlitos in the future. So long story short, Carlito in at number 5. Now we're going to number 4, and I'm going to go Superhero in Training Rosey, and then I'm going to go regular Rosey here in the middle at number 3. Love that we got Rosey. Of course, we got 3-minute warning along the way. We needed that in our collections. Very cool to get this Rosey. I do think they really should have gave us the tag team title belt like we got with the Hurricane. Would have loved to seen that one there. Unfortunately, not in the cards, but it is cool to be able to complete this. Hopefully, we get a Stacy Keibler to go with this set. I think that would be a fun one in the future. I think there's a few more Stacy Keiblers we need, so hopefully those are coming around the corner. But I prefer the full-on superhero over the Superhero in Training. Would have loved to seen Superhero in Training or the S.H.I.T on his shirt. I understand why they probably didn't go that route there. But I do like a big character. I do like the mask. I like a lot about this one. But it just doesn't resonate as much as these two do for me. So there you go. But very, very fun figures. Happy we got Rosey. Have to imagine Rosey is done in the Elite line. Could there be any more meat on the bone? I guess we'll end up waiting and seeing here. But now we're down to the final 2. We got 2 heavy hitters over here. I'm going to put Kurt Angle at number 1 and then Godfather at number 2. No, I'm going to switch them. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go Kurt Angle at number 2. I don't dislike this Kurt Angle, and I like Wrestling Machine Kurt Angle. I almost, in some instances, like where he came to here in TNA more than his whole prior time in the WWE, WWF before that. Love the looks of this one. Love the finger point hand. Would have loved some fist with this one. The head sculpt is what loses me here, which keeps this one away from number one. Just almost looks like a baby's head or a pile of mashed potatoes, maybe in some instances. But a fun looking figure, no doubt about it. I do like the gear. I love comparing it to the Jakks one, which we did in that video, which is always fun as well. All around, great figure, Kurt Angle. Have to imagine a lot more Kurt's coming. We know there's a defining moment on the way. There's going to be a lot more Kurt Angles. I like this one for what it is, but the Godfather going to take number one spot for me right here. A fun looking one. I'm still not sure if this one's too short or the last one was too tall. I kind of feel like the last version of the Godfather was too tall. This one's about right, but I guess it just depends on your opinion on that one there. I love the idea that I can now get the Godfather's glasses for my old one, since it's the same glasses. Gonna play the long game, hopefully find one on clearance or one used, and I'll just take the glasses off and, I don't know, throw them in the fodder bin, I guess. But I like the cane, I like the chains, I like the hat, I like the vest, I like the looks, the color. There's just a lot going for this Godfather here. And Charles Wright, a man of a million gimmicks and made every single one of them work. Really like this one here. And dare I say it is the sleeper of the set as well. I honestly thought maybe Rosey would be my favorite going into this one here, but I did like the Kurt Angle. I like the look. I like the stance. I liked how he feels in hand. Just not a huge fan of the head, where Rosey just feels a little bit, I don't want to say off, just a little farther down the card here in my countdown. But the Godfather taking the first spot right here. Just a fun figure, and great for a lot of collectors that miss that old Godfather. It's probably been a hole in their collection for a long time. And if there's one thing I know about the Godfather, he's really good at plugging holes. That's what I've heard. He told me once upon a time. Save that story for another day. But the Godfather looking good. Kurt Angle looking good. They're all looking good. Not a bad series, just a series I don't think it's going to resonate as a whole with every collector out there. And I think that's a fair assessment. But what is your assessment? What does your set rankings look like? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, make sure you put them in order. I always do say that. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bells. We got videos every single day and then some. We got even more content for you on Patreon and YouTube channel memberships, your best way to support the channel. You can also support the channel by picking up my brand new book, The Complete Guide to the ECW Original San Francisco Toy Makers toy line. Available, of course, on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, hardcover, softcover, or via me with a few extra things thrown in, and I can autograph it if that is your thing. Hit me up, of course, on social media, SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and of course, TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com. My brand new podcast every single Tuesday, wherever podcasts are found, with video cast on YouTube. So for Legends 26 set rankings, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?
We're going to the end of the line.